So welcome to a special edition of Lining with Awakening. So glad you tuned in. Drop down into your grounding cord and feel this connection deep into the earth. Earth is awakening. Her vibrations are shifting by the day, by the moment. And as Earth breathing up into you, feeling that vibrational essence and presence pour into your spine, all the way up through your crown and circulate down in a beautiful energy of connection, fluid, flowing. And for those of you that need it, I'm creating a new frequency grounding cord, which will help you attune to the energies that are coming in, which are higher frequency. There you go. Beautiful. You may feel so much more connected to Earth. And as Earth, we want you to breathe her energies, breathe these energies into you. Strengthening that grounding cord, strengthening that flow, strengthening that connection that reminds you who you are. We so often forget, living in this disconnected world where we're surrounded by a lot of stress, we're surrounded by a lot of vibrations that knock us off our center. So the more grounded we are, the more we can connect to the part of us that always knows it's connected. So taking you into sacred space together. It's like we're all holding hands in this circle. And what you're doing is we're meeting with your guides now. And you have so many. You have your guardian angels. You have your guides that assist you throughout your lifetime. And we're going to assign one as chief guide throughout this session. They're stepping forward. They may have your arms on your shoulders. They're definitely assisting you during this process here to make sure you get what you need in the way you need it. And as we step into this sacred space, we're coming in to this beautiful vibrational alignment whose sole purpose is to help you feel much more aligned within your body, embodied in your groundedness, but also embodied this higher sense of your beingness that is awakening deeper and deeper levels. The whole purpose is to immerse in this awakening energies in the way that feels organic and safe and right just for you. And that's what your personal guide is going to make sure you get. But we're also surrounded by a host. Divine Mother energies, Master Healer energies, celestials, cosmic lineages, earth magic, whose sole purpose here is also to help you evolve, awaken, because they're in alignment with higher frequencies in the planet. They seek to be in alignment with all of us too. So feeling that connection, we're going to drop into this energy called the healing pool. And it is just what you imagine, this magical waters, pure consciousness. And you can imagine that you're not just floating on the surface, you're immersed in it. Like you're a reed in a lake, or you're seaweed in the ocean, gradually being rocked to and fro. And the more immersed you can feel in these energies, the more the energies are immersed in you. And that's how we build coherence. So here in the healing pool, the purpose is to regulate. What does that mean? What's out of balance? What's knocking you off course? What's out of sorts within you? And for a lot of you, it's going to your heart center. It's going to that place within you that feels not connected. A place within you that may be stressed, that may have disruptions in your life, feeling out of sorts, stuck, blocked, or even just sad. Sad for what's going on with families, sad for what's going on to the planet, anything that triggers or elicits an emotional response. So your invitation here is to drop into this place in space that is not that stress. And it's going to your muscles and fascia and those burdens that you carry on your shoulders internally and externally. And it's not doing anything with them, it's just helping you relax out of them. Constriction, density, heaviness is an energetic vibration that just gets a hold of us, and we attach to it through memory, through history, through even body physiology that says, oh, trauma. A response then trickles through your system. Your central nervous system is activated, your neurons in your brain cells, all your muscles contract and constrict, and tension erupts and trigger points elicit emotional responses. You start sweating, your heart starts beating, and blood pressure rises. All these things happen because of our vibrational memory and history that elicits some kind of emotional response. So what we're asked to do is just relax out of that. It's not like you have to drop out of the mind. So you're no longer really paying attention to it. So these regulation energies are an invitation just to be that reed in the lake, be that seaweed in the ocean, gently rocking, very porous as these vibrational waters flow in, around, and through you, as you, with you. To be that immersed is a form of surrender, of letting go the things that haunt and worry you, and just being present. You hear that word all the time. Sometimes it's easier said than done. So here we're going to practice it. Just being present with the moment, present with this vibration that invites you to just surrender and let go. Give all those to-do lists to your guides, your guardian angel, to the source energies that surround you, and each molecule of this plasma-like energy that is very fluid and supportive. Can you do that? And if not, why? That invitation is an exploration into awareness that wants your attention in the places that don't want to let go, that aren't at peace, that don't feel loved, that do feel unsafe and unprotected. And as we explore them, because those doors have been shut, in the case of dimensionality, sometimes for many lifetimes and many, many, many generations. So this invitation is not as easy as it thinks. It's not a mind over matter. In fact, you're dropping out of mind. So the direction here to open up and receive and let go may be very simple, but the activation of it is another thing. So you're getting support here. We're getting a little download, an attunement, to help you with the letting go process, to help you with the surrender process, because we all have things that, oh my goodness, as soon as something come up, hair on the back of our neck stands up, our nervous system gets triggered. We react from fear, from old memory. So we're getting an attunement, an alignment here, directly from Source to each of you, to help you surrender some of those toughest things within you. It's like an extra reinforcement Because those areas, we could call them weak or depleted, but they're really just stressed out, right? They're really just overworked. And because they're overworked in our energy anatomies, they tend to get weak, depleted. So this extra attunement, this extra download is an activation that will help you become more surrendered, more relaxed in those tighter, more tightly coiled places. What a gift. Beautiful gift from Source just for showing up. Do you feel more relaxed? Are there places that are loosening within you? Again, it's an invitation to explore. There's no right or wrong answers here. This is not a quiz. There is no competition. It's a simple invitation. Beautiful. Your system's starting to really relax now, especially in the back of the neck and the shoulders. Those are the places we tend to carry our burdens, right? And in our heart centers. Our heart center is the place that tends to identify with anything and everything. It disrupts our flow. Knocks us off balance. So we're going to gently shift vibration. Into a phase called relaxation and centering. Regulation is really focusing on the things that are off balance, out of sorts, to kind of bring you back to a place where you are more receptive and open to relaxation. And now relaxation and centering has predominantly these vibrations of divine love and pure peace. Peace filled with the stillness and grace, vibrational elegance that is so hard to describe. And love is this unconditional frequency that just makes your heart beat. And contentment and joy, and your eyes water with that recognition and knowing that you are so much more. So again, the invitation still stands to drop out of that emotional reaction, drop out of that stress, drop out of anything that's pulling you into attachment and distraction. And the vibrations of love and peace, illuminating anything that is out of alignment with love, that is not at peace. Why? Because if your goal is to have a more peaceful existence, the truth of the matter is you have to look at what isn't at peace within you. The easy thing to do is what our ancestors and what we did in so many past lives, is to pretend it's not there or cover it over or just adapt, and we've all done that. But if your goal is to have true peace, it's freedom from those places and spaces. that take us out of peace, that don't feel loved, that feel unsafe, that seem unprotected. And those are the ancient energies, the fears, the history and memories of our ancestors, the unhealed trauma. And all of that seems scary to a mind that is in a defensive mode. So here in relaxation and centering, we're bringing love into those places and spaces that feel vulnerable and raw. And again, this attunement, this alignment is surrounding and supporting those places with pure love, like pillars of strength. And your only task is to open and receive, because those are the places that are shut, that we're blind to. These are the shadow sides. So this is the secret to really aligning with awakening, is seeking out and finding those places that are not in alignment. Can be tough at times as these things erupt, but we all know they're temporary. And here, in this session, we are fully supported by up to 1,000 different beings of infinite strength, and knowledge, and wisdom, supporting your evolutionary journey, because it's an evolution to understand that you are not that fear. Fear says, yes, I am. As soon as it erupts, what does it do? Takes you for a ride, takes you into story. So here in relaxation and centering, let love pour into every fiber of your being. There you go. Especially those places that don't feel loved, especially those places that feel unsafe or unprotected or are haunted by trauma, especially those places of terror or shock or fright, seemingly overwhelming. But here, in this sacred space of support, they are met with reinforcing love, with compassion, with nurturing, with understanding that is pure acceptance. This is grace. This is grace. It looks at everything with compassion and acceptance. There is no thing that isn't love. The idea of it is what takes it out of that equation. And we call this separation consciousness. And separation consciousness is everything that you think you are that is in a place of fear, that is not unified. Beautiful. Feel everybody's energy systems and anatomies really relaxing into that now. The vibrations soaking into all those spaces and places that have been yearning for this kind of support all your life, many lifetimes, intergenerationally. We have all our ancestors with us in a dimensional space. Past, present, future all coexist together. So as we meet here and bring vibrational support into these places that tend to shrink back, we are supporting everyone and everything in our vibrational anatomy. And they are so thankful. That's why I call this earth work, because each one of you is a group. You bring your ancestors with you. You bring all your past lives with you. You bring every single experience of this life, which is interrelated with so many others in your life, correct? You yourself are a group. And as we do this group healing and we bring energy and awareness into patterns that no longer serve you, we're gently unweaving the hold those patterns have on you. And your thread in the tapestry of Earth and of the universe becomes lighter. I call that earthwork. I call you an earthworker. I'm so very grateful. And that's why we have so much support here. You feel yourself relaxing. You feel those burdens dissolving away, or at least becoming unattached to them. The group feels so very fluid and smooth. Now we're going to come into another phase called energizing. So the reason these places are shut down is because they've not been fed energy. They've not been open to receiving energy for lifetimes, for decades. This trauma response creates a lot of overstimulation or weakening in places. And so it takes energy to move energy. So what we're going to do is strengthen the areas that feel weak and depleted from holding down unhealed trauma, for repressing and oppressing. Typically, it's going to go to your pathways. But your guide that was assigned to you in the very beginning is going to make sure the energy goes wherever you need it. We're going to use a tool called bioremanifesting that gets really deeply into the physiology, unlike anything other. So just open up and receive, and we're going to target these energies to optimize your system wherever it's most needed. Is it your pathways? Is it your energy bodies? Is it your chakras, your organs, your emotional, mental body, your brain, your central nervous system? Wherever you need it, the energy is going to strengthen you. Bring up areas that seem weak and depleted. It's going to harmonize those places that may be stressed or overstimulated. It's going to clear some of the blocks that may be preventing energy flow. Because if you don't have energy in these areas, they can't even help you release it. They'll be too weak or depleted or not strong enough to help you lift them up. So this is a key point. So open up and receive. A lot of you, it's going to your heart center again. It's going to your throat chakra. If your throat chakra is stuck or blocked, it's not allowing the divine energies that's coming in through your crown to reach into your heart, to reach into your third, second, or root chakra, to even bring the energies down to the areas that need it. And a lot of the throat chakra is about mistrust. What is it about your life? What is it about divine energy coming in that you don't fully trust? Well, we all know the answer to that. A lot of unhealed trauma, a lot of story, a lot of history, memories. So energy going there to help clear, energize, strengthen, harmonize. So the energies of pick me up are all about a formula of regulating your system, what's out of sorts, a formula of relaxing and centering so that you are even open to those areas that never thought they'd open. Those are the resistance and avoidance, denial areas. And to energize those shut down areas that have not had energy in lifetimes. And then when we bring in high frequency vibration, wow, you are primed to receive on such a deeper level, and it's so much more long lasting. We've all been to these places where we're soaked in it, and vibration fades, and this too will fade as your conditioning starts to take over, but it's having a deeper effect. It's laying down vibrational seeds that remind you of who you are. And these seeds take root as you feed them more and more light. and as you dig into the dirt that is not healthy or filled with any kind of nutritional value. Both are necessary. And your guides are so very happy that you're showing up here today to take ownership, to take accountability for the you that is, again, a thread in the tapestry of life. That's why we got an attunement earlier. This attunement was helping you with the separation consciousness, to surrender, to be more aligned with the you that is whole. The you that is one, the you that is eternal, infinite, but embodied and living in a karmic world. And that's the key here, is the acknowledgement that you are a karmic being, that you have memory and history that is embedded in your cells, from your ancestors, from your past life experiences. That with that understanding that you are infinite and eternal becomes so much more effortless in dealing with, because we learn to bring that awakening energy, that aware energy into those patterns to help them dissolve and blow away like the wind. But we do have to meet them. Can't keep pushing them down, wishing them away. So here in energizing, these patterns are being strengthened in the areas where they're weighting down, constricting, heavy. It's typically the pathways, organs, chakras, energy bodies. But the pathways are what bring in vibrational energies to help all the above function. In certain instances, going into your cellular functionality, you're all getting exactly what's needed. Which, as we clear, as we dissolve, as we strengthen, as we energize, and for those of you who can't sleep, some of the reasons, not all the time, but some of the reasons you can't sleep is you don't have enough energy for the processes needed to relax your system. So energizing can help you sleep better, because it gives those places that are too weak to address the relaxation that much more strength. So we're just going to take a moment and go into those pathways. And clear out any extraneous debris that may have damaged, may have shut them down. And these are just little things that we can do to help your system flow so much better. When you're in flow, the places and spaces you need to connect, to relax, to function, are so much more efficient. So now we're coming into reorientation. And here is where we're meeting beautiful energy of the you that is free. It is free and clear of your most stressful trigger. We all have it. We have something that comes into our life. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a need for money, maybe it's a worry about climate or the world or others. We all have something that is a key stressful element. So we're going to bring in the you that is free and clear of that, that has transformed that pattern in your life. Every single issue related to it. And this is a blueprint for you to build off of, because the you is still triggered by certain stresses, and we're going to bring in a pattern that isn't. Imagine how potent having this template within you and how it will serve your progression, your evolution. To me, it just feels like embodied. I want to say strength, but that isn't the right word. It's a form of empowerment, but it's an empowerment that is free. Because when you're triggered by, insert your biggest trigger, family, finances, health, politics, climate, etc., it pulls you down into a lower vibration. And imagine being free of that, how empowered you'd be, right? So that's empowerment isn't the right word exactly. Freedom is, but it's an empowered form of freedom. It's very grounded and embodied and present. And as this starts to take root, we're going to create new upper dimensional blueprints, which augments this template of this embodied empowerment within you. That is the you that is free of that, whatever that stressful trigger is, which just reinforces the template. So let's awaken part of the personality that identifies with whatever stresses you out the most. You know what we mean by awakening is we just bring it back to presence. There you go. Getting so much help for your guides here. That attunement to surrender is really allowing you to be so much more present and awake and aware. And bridge this embodied empowerment into all of your consciousness. Embodied empowerment is the you that knows it's free. You that knows it's a rock with grounded roots that the stress of life can't tip over. It's the you that is assured, confident. Now we're going to go into your genetic personality, and this is the ancestral history and patterns that have the same signature, and we're going to wake that up. And that just gives us a deeper form of attunement. Because what we don't really understand is how much our genetic patterns influence us every day. So let's bridge this into our genetic ancestral consciousness. It's embodied empowerment, strong, firm, filled with so much integrity, unshakable, fearless, confident. This you exists in a reality that is free. And we're bringing that template into your system now as a vibrational coherence. Who doesn't need the confidence to meet something that shakes you up? Who doesn't need to feel that rock solid strength that is unshakable? This exists. We're bringing in that vibrational coherence within you that is filled with so much grace, so much love. It is the whole part of you that knows it's not separate. So anything that is affecting you or impacting you externally just bounces off because you're like, I am that. Again, it's this fearless, unshakable you that is embodied and confident and strong and empowered. Just to be. Whatever it is that is your unique expression of you. So I think that's why we got that special activation to help you surrender more. Because this is a form of surrender that truly understands your own roots, on an awakening planet, your own roots, and an awakening universal self, and how they're merged as one, not separate from, but whole, with everything and everyone on the planet and the universe. So we're going to bring this into what I call the truth tower. This is the very center of the sacred space. And it's like a tower of light. This is the tree of truth, merged with a dimensional portal with your feet and your primordial reality, your crown and your meta reality at the center of the universe, and your spine merged with all your timelines. We're just going to bring this vibrational coherence, this pattern of embodied empowerment into your energy anatomy as snowflakes, a mist, white flowers that just melt in and dissolve within, throughout, into every aspect of you, your cells, your atoms, space within your atoms, into your fluids in your body, into your cranial sacral, organs, your pathways, your quarks, into your quantum reality. And in this tube of light, the hardest place to reach is our physical anatomy. So just imagine you're standing there in all your glory in this vibrational pattern. Embodied empowerment starts to pool at your feet, permeating every aspect of you, deep into your tissue, into your bone marrow, from your feet to your shins and calves, your knees and thighs, the essence of embodied empowerment. And it flows up into your root chakra, your pelvis, your hips. Think of how much support that area is going to be impacted by this embodied empowerment. Flowing into your sacral chakra, your genital region, and your lower intestines. Flowing into your kidneys, your third chakra, your large intestines, and your stomach, and your spleen and pancreas, and all your organs, your liver, gallbladder. Permeating down to the cellular, molecular, into the quarks and quantum physiology. This embodied empowerment. The you that is free from fear that triggers you, especially that deepest rooted one, the knee-jerk one. Now flowing up your spine into your rib cage, your sternum, your diaphragm, and into your heart center. Flowing into your physical heart and all its chambers, into the blood and the cardiovascular region, into every oxygen molecule. Embodied empowerment. into your thymus and spiritual heart, up into your shoulders and throat and neck and vertebrae and thyroid, and up into your skull and eyes and ears and sinuses and brain consciousness, brain stem, neural pathways, filled with a vibrational coherence, embodied empowerment, you that is free, free from fear, free from triggers, free from stress, that is that rock of strength, unshakable, confident, in the knowledge that you are infinite, that you are a living presence of your divine beingness here on a karmic earth. That knowing is unshakable because it's centered, rooted, and grounded. Flowing up and out your crown, cascading all around you in this fountain-like of energy that merges and interfaces with this toroidal field, this morphic field that interfaces with the greater Earth collective, and sending out this vibration to your homes, to your family, to your friends, to your workplaces, your pets, to your communities, and cascading out effortlessly this embodied freedom, this embodied empowerment that is free from that key triggered fear, and dropping seeds into the hearts of all humanity, of anyone and everyone suffering from this affliction, cascading down into the soil, radiating up into the atmosphere, and out throughout the lands, into the microbes of the soil, bursting up as plants into the trees, flowing through all the rivers, lakes, and streams, deep into the oceans and all the marine life, and up into the mountains, falling as snow or as mist or as radiating sacred geometric crystals of the presence and essence of this embodied empowerment that is unshakable and fearless, based in love, based in truth, based in grounded, anchored presence of wholeness, of oneness, flowing throughout the planet, interfacing with the planet's toroidal field that interfaces with the universe, but flowing throughout the planet into all of creation, with you at the very center, because you are all of creation. Creation is all of you. So as you send this out in rippling effect, it rebounds back with that same rippling effect. This is why I call you an earth worker. So I am so in awe of you and all your potential to manifest change within you, to manifest change on a greater scale. That's why you are celebrated by all the divine presence here today, the emissaries, the ambassadors, the master healers, the divine mothers, your personal guides, celebrating the you. It shows up. It says, I matter. My stuff matters. My fears matter. My heart matters. My connection matters. And I am free. And I am love in its purest sense of the word, that is free of those conditioning that says I'm not. So bathing in this vibration now, and adding the vibration of love to amplify and strengthen. That love is reflection of the celebration of the you that is infinite and eternal. Vibration of peace joining it to bring in that extra equanimity, this pure compassion as a nurturing element for anyone that needs a hug of support and reinforcement and understanding and acceptance that is the peace that surpasses all understanding. Pure grace. Because of you and your intention to show up here today and radiate this embodied presence of empowerment that is firm and strong in its belief that it is interconnected, interdependent with everyone and everything, fearless and unshakable. And this is the truth. The truth that we spent this, a little bit close to an hour, 45, 50 minutes together to find out. And we're getting another download here, another download and attunement of crystals of grace that help support this embodied empowerment in a way that is reinforcing itself. So these are like seeds that continue to grow and reinforce itself as you continue to bring in the light, the sunlight, the nutrition that you need, the high frequencies that you need will help reinforce this vibration. We have 2 attunements today. One earlier that helped with your surrender, and this one that helps with your embodied empowerment, helps strengthen, sustain. These are gifts. I primarily work with the angel Jophiel. These are gifts from the divine to you, and your recognition of the divine within you. And just integrating these little sprinkles. It's like little mist, little crystals, little seeds, little sparks. And are specifically going into areas that feel out of attunement, out of alignment. It's like we're laying grass seed in areas that have been a little bit more barren and deplete. Beautiful gift to continue to deepen this alignment with embodied empowerment, the you that is free, the you that is fearless, the you that is unshakable, the you that knows it's not you, but it is freedom itself. Especially lighting up your throat chakra that we touched on a little bit earlier, that tends to have a tendency to mistrust. So these beautiful crystals of empowered embodiment going into those places to drop little seeds that stay. Maybe you're not that. To create the space, the gap, that when these things come into your life as events and circumstances that want to trigger you, there's now going to be a little pause. Says, hey, maybe we can reframe that. Maybe we can reclaim it. Maybe we can change our language. Maybe we can change our actions, our outlook, perspective, or awareness. Beautiful gift. Just for listening, just for showing up here today. 2 attunements, 2 activations, 2 alignments to help your progress and evolution. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So bowing my head in gratitude to you, showing up here today, to the source guidance, the intelligence that in leagues celebrating the you that's doing the work, that continues to show up in what I call earth work, unweaving the patterns of the tapestry of life in support of shifting consciousness, sending waves of gratitude out now throughout the world in celebration and in honor of our time together today. And I'll be singing a Sanskrit mantra, which is the very prayer that leads to peace. It says, please lead me from untruth to truth, from darkness to light, from death to immortality, and let there be peace, peace, peace. Let this vibrate from deep within. Continue to support the changes and shifts. Om Vasatoma Satkamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amtram Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Guruvyo Namaha. Hari Om. Peace, peace. May peace continue to radiate and be supported by this embodied empowerment and generate more peace. With gratitude and thanksgiving, inviting you to take a deep breath, taking you up and out of the sacred space. It is done. It is complete. So it is. You're welcome to stay in this flowing grace of embodied empowerment for how long you feel like you need to. 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Honor whatever you're guided to do. And again, thank you so much for joining us here today.